Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. This is Hazel Lucia Tarot. I am your tarot reader, Stephanie, and today's reading is what your person tells their friends, family, or others about you, how you come up in conversation, and anything else that may come through. So this is meant to be more on the romantic side as opposed to the platonic side. You can come to this reading intending for platonic energy, but I'm just letting you know right now, I'm warning you, it's meant to be more romantic. We have 5 piles here for you today. Pile 1, we have this clear quartz tower. Pile 2, we have a black moonstone. Pile 3, we have a selenite palm stone. Pile 4, we have this amethyst point. And pile 5, we have the pistachio, ocean, seafoam, pretty green color calcite. So take a few deep breaths, think of your person, and I'll be ready for this reading whenever you are. Hello there, pile 1. If you chose the clear quartz crystal, then we have your reading here about what your person tells their friends and or family or anybody else about you. We're going to see how you come up in their conversations, how they describe you, what specific topics could be brought up. I apologize in advance if you hear noise. My neighbors are very noisy. Usually you can't pick that up. I can pick it up, but I don't know, maybe you'll hear it this time because they've been wild. But anyway, so we're going to get into your we're going to look at your oracles, and then we're going to get into the tarot to see what your person how they bring you up. So you've got 2 cards. We have Starseed, what lights you up, and Council of Light, divine orchestration, helpers in the subtle realms. Oh, okay. I'm not sure how spiritual your person is, but I am getting the feeling that some of the people they could be consulting could literally be spirit guides. Like they're like if they pray or if they meditate, they could be asking for help about you. They could be talking to them about you. I don't know how many people that would be. If you know your person well enough, I guess that would make sense. If you know they're very spiritual or have spirit guides, or if they regularly pray to their ancestors, this would be the case. If not, I feel like they already have people in their life that are for sure part of their spirit family or spirit team. Therefore, they consult them. This would be like lifelong friends, family that they're very close to and open with, maybe just people in their life that they fully trust. If they go to like a spiritual or a spiritual advisor or a therapist, a meditator that they are fully open and honest with, this would also be the case. Which already that's kind of, I like that they do that, you know. So let's go ahead and get the rest of your cards. Of course, this could also be a question for yourself here, pile 1. What lights you up? And maybe it's advice to go to your own council, like your own spirit team. I literally just did a reading on messages from your spirit team. So you could go, I'll try to link it in the description. So if I don't, just let me know about it in the comments. I'll provide that link. If not, like I said, meditation about this person could be important. We have death, number 16. This could be regarding an ending, or, as mentioned, if they speak to their ancestors, it could be an ancestor that has passed on to the next life. But for a lot of you, I do believe this is about an ending of some sort, or even a transition phase. Like, for example, the end of a cycle between you and this person, or the possibility of something ending either in their life, your life, or between the both of you. Depends on the situation. All right, I pre-shuffled the rest of your cards. So we have Wunjo, joy, optimism, celebration. We have black, stability, perseverance, negativity shield. We have water, ease, flow, feminine energy. You got a lot of cards. We got sunstone, which for me specifically means clarity, but it can also mean having a new outlook on life, like the way you see through an optical calcite. I actually have one right here, but it's not as clear. However, you did also choose the clear quartz, which is very similar. So there's something about clarity or trying to gain a new perspective on something. We have action, abundance, and this is a lily, a stargazer lily, abundance. Interesting that we have abundance twice. The original pink flowers mean expanded horizons, abundance, wealth. Giving someone a pink stargazer shows your belief in their ambition and hopes for their prosperity. As with many flowers of this color, the white variety are associated with purity, innocence, and simplicity. Okay, so did I mention this was meant to be more romantic? If not, I guess you don't have to take it as romantic in case you click this video and either passed over the intro or I forgot to mention it in the description. I do get the feeling that this person could be going through a lot, and they are taking you into account when it comes to the next chapter of your life with abundance and action. This would be like somebody who wants to make the kind of living, money, or whatever it is that they need to have in order to sustain you, to provide for you, to want to be able to give you something. Like this person, first of all, I do believe they've come into abundance recently, or more so than usual. But what's interesting is that this death card feels almost like there is a life before this happened and after this happened, and somehow you are still a part of it. So for example, if this person went through a really strong transition of some sort, whether they moved or got a new job or just something massive changed in their life, you are still in it. Believe it or not, I'm even getting like maybe if somebody had children, which I know is birth is the opposite of death, but they're similar in that they impact your life, you know, in the long term. There's something here that this person has changed. So they could be asking literally their closest friends about you, because this is something that they're not taking lightly. With water, there's a lot of emotions tied to this. There's a lot of, not just emotions, but even like a lot of fluctuation. Like maybe their opinion or their views change almost daily. Like one day they're happy, the next they're unsure, the next it's just like, I don't know what to do. Because with the black candle, there's almost a feeling that they are seeking stability. That said, they are very happy. Like there's a lot of joy within them, there's a lot of abundance, but it's kind of like they don't know what to do. I don't think this person is used to feeling so happy about things, or they're not used to this new life yet. It's kind of like when you go from, if we're taking the example of a job, when you go from making minimum wage to making like a decent income, a decent living, suddenly you can afford all the things you couldn't, and it's like, wow, my life has changed drastically. You know, I'm getting that kind of feeling for this person. And where you fit in all of this does come through with action, because they're doing different things. And maybe this is why you're here, because they're moving differently and you're unsure of how to understand that. And you may wonder if they, especially if they are spending more time with friends or other people, you may wonder how you are brought up in conversation or what they may say. The main thing I am seeing them speak about is money, abundance, or whatever it is that they've accumulated more of. Whether, for example, if they've recently bought a house, it would be like, well, is it time for me and pile one to move in together? Should I take them more seriously? Or if a pregnancy is involved somehow, because I can associate abundance with that. It's like, well, how will our relationship change because of this pregnancy? Or maybe the talk of a raise if they haven't had one already. But for a lot of you, I feel like they're past this. They're already in an energy where they can provide and give. Divine orchestration is at play. So understand that wherever you and your person are right now is where you're meant to be. And it's funny that joy keeps coming through, because I'm getting a lot of like heavy topics. I'm getting like very life-changing topics. So the friends that they could be speaking to, interestingly enough, I feel like they're really happy around their friends. Like they're always having a great time with them. So every time they get together, it could be like a party. It could be a fun time. It could be like maybe they party a lot, they drink a lot, not too much, but you know, enough for the good vibes. So I am getting that, like, whatever this is, this topic around you usually always involves, again, money somehow, joy, but also the feeling that, it's funny, I keep being brought to this card, perseverance and negativity shield. It's like they want to prevents any negativity from either happening between you, happening to you, happening between the both of you. It's almost like they have their guard up, like they want to cherish something. So it wouldn't surprise me that the only people that they speak to you about are the people that they fully 110% trust. They're not going to talk to their casual friends about you. They're not going to talk to maybe even certain family members. Like, I feel like the only people that they're open about anything really is like one or two close friends, maybe family that they trust. Again, this person, their circle is small, but their circle is abundant and happy, and they trust them with their life. So it's no surprising that when you are brought up to them, and you have been brought up to them, for sure, is that they want to reach clarity regarding a lot, because, you know, this is an important topic for them. Yeah, believe it or not, I do feel like you're an important topic somehow. I don't know what the situation between you and your person is. Like, if you're already in a relationship, of course this makes sense. If you're in a serious committed relationship, if you're married, that would make sense. But even if this is somebody casual, you're being brought up in this conversation because you're a heavy, well, not heavy in a bad way. You're just an important topic. I heard heavy hitter, which is, it's making me think of like sports terminology. Is that what they say in baseball? Like a heavy hitter? I don't know. But it made me think of sports terminology. Maybe they refer to you as something like that. I don't know, like an MVP or a up-and-coming person. I don't know. I don't watch sports. I don't talk sports if I do watch sports. But I've always overheard like the guys that I work with talk about sports, and it's just kind of funny how they use words. And I'm like, oh, it's like it's a whole dialect. And that's kind of what I'm getting. So they may have like their own code with their friend that they speak to you about. You may even have like a nickname. I'm not sure what that nickname would be. The name Lily could be of importance maybe. But yeah, Starseed makes me think of star shines, superstars, stars, I don't know, something like that. But let's go ahead and get into the tarot. So we're going to see more specifically who their people are. Who do they speak to? What do they say about you? And what the advice or what the response from their people are. I'm just going to say people. I may say friends, because for this one it does feel like friends or like really close family. And whether you will hear about this or whether you will, this information will be known to you. Like if you'll get confirmation, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Or what they will say to you as a result. So who are them? Excuse me. Who are these people? Who is this person? We have Eight of Pentacles, the Tower. Somebody who knew them before everything changed. Somebody who... Maybe this person really helped them out in life as well. Like, is this Eight of Pentacles, right? That's what I said. Eight of Pentacles. Could be co-workers, former co-workers that have turned into friends. Tower lets me know that there has been a change very recently. Again, the Death card is coming through. The Death and Tower can be very similar in that it's unexpected and life-changing events. This friend could be an Aquarius or could have a lot of Aquarius. Regardless, I feel like this friend like has seen your person through a lot. So this is who they talk about. Anytime you get brought up in conversation, I feel like they get excited to talk about you as well, which is interesting because you are so different from everything that they speak about. If this is, again, if this person knows about all their dating history, you're different from all the people they have dated before. So when you get brought up, it's like, oh, pile one. Yeah, let's talk about pile one. What's up with pile one? You're different somehow. I'm not sure how. Maybe you yourself also have like Aquarian traits, quote, quote, or Uranus-like traits in your chart, meaning that you just stand out, you're different. And maybe you were also unexpected. Like maybe you came into your person's life in a weird way, or you could just be notably different. Like your name hits different, or maybe when they talk about you, they act different as well. And yeah, let's get on to what they would talk about, what they talk about. Yeah, you're different. That's what I keep hearing. Whenever they talk about you, it's different. I don't know if the person is also very empathic, psychic. Wouldn't surprise me if they are part of their soul family, that they would be. Also very happy vibes. Like this person's fun. We have the Magician. I'm going to get clarification on that. So what they talk about... Either your person manifested you or didn't expect to manifest you, but it does feel like there's been some sort of like divine energy regarding your union. Either you coming into their life or they coming into their life. I don't know who manifested who, but they are making it a point to express that there must be something different about you, because Magician reversed, it's the ability to create anything. It's the ability to manifest. It's the ability to work with the universe to create something concrete. And I feel like your person is for sure saying, there's got to be something different about pile one, because why are they in my life, you know? Or why do they hit different? I keep hearing heavy hitter and you hit different. Let me get that clarification on the Magician. Yeah, Six of Pentacles. Also, how surprisingly balanced this is. Again, I'm thinking of abundance. So maybe it's an equal give and take between you and your person. If your person is used to being the one who's over-giving, you could also be giving and they're not used to that. So we have two people who are over-giving to each other. Another way of seeing this would be like things between you are very balanced. Like even if you guys are very different, it makes sense how you balance each other out, and they may not be used to that. So these are the things that they speak about. I also can't express enough just how different you are. Like that keeps coming through. So let's say you and your person, if you are casually dating each other, or if you're already seeing other people and you're both aware of it, this would mean that whenever your person brings up anybody else, their friends are like, oh, cool, nice. When they bring you up, they're like, oh, they're all ears. They're like, oh, are we talking about pile one? Cool, let's talk about pile one. I'm excited about that one. I'm not sure why. But I do get the feeling, again, you're just unique. Because, I don't know, let's see what their person, what their advice about what they say about you, or what their response is, or what their advice towards their friend is regarding you. Because for this one, I do feel like they would be seeking advice. We have Seven of Pentacles, wait and see. I really do feel like they want them to keep focusing on you. They keep wanting them to like work towards whatever you two have. If this is in the early stage of this connection, it would mean that they're like, just wait and see. Just give it a try. Just keep going. You know, you've only gone on 2 dates, 1 date, 3, you know, or like maybe it's still too early to tell. Maybe they're still getting to know you. This person really does encourage this particular connection, which is interesting. I guess their friend really likes you for them. So I'm getting, especially with all this Pentacles, maybe you've already been, if you have been dating for some time, I feel like out of all of them, you still come off as like the healthiest or most likely to succeed choice in their eyes or in their perspective, because there's just something different about you. I do feel like your person talks or acts differently when they speak about you. So let's see if you will hear about this or anything else that wants to come through. Or if it would impact your connection. I do feel like their friends feel like it's only a matter of time before you and your person ascend to the next level. Either like, for example, if you're together already, if you get married, or if you're only casually dating, that you start seeing each other exclusively. We have the Five of Wands. Interesting. Especially if you and your person have had like difficult conversations or a disagreement, they could be going to their friend, to ask if what they did was like right or wrong, or if they're handling it well, or if like, you know, if they're at a loss. Yeah, Knight of Swords, you'll definitely hear about this. You will definitely hear about what their friends have had to say. Maybe even this conversation. Maybe you're aware that this is a conversation that they would have with their friends, depending on where you are in this connection. You have Eight of Cups. Oh, interesting. If you felt like some of them were running away from their feelings, I feel like they're coming back to revisit those feelings because they feel safe to do so with this friend. By the way, I love your person's friend. I like their supportive attitude towards them. Not only that, but it's very grounded advice that they do give. So they are seeing you objectively, and objectively, they are excited about you, or they feel like good about you in their life. We have the Queen of Wands. Interesting. I do feel like their friends would find you... Possibly attractive, like yes, like they would think you're attractive for them, you know, not like they would want to pursue you, but they do feel like they love your charisma, like you're very charismatic to them. They like your personality for sure. Like if they bring you around their friends, I don't know if they have yet or not, or if they usually do, they do think it's a great time when you're there because you are a little bit of a light in the I heard a light in the cosmos. I feel like you're a little bit of a light in their life. Like maybe they think you're funny or they think you're cool. They like you around. Like it's like, yay, pile one is here. And maybe you and your person have a specific dynamic that whenever you get around each other, they kind of enjoy watching that as well. Another way of seeing this would mean that like your person becomes a different kind of friend to their friends when you are in their life. Like maybe they become more confident or more outgoing, happier in general. I do feel like you make your person happy. But they do like you, and maybe they'll even say that. It's like, oh, they were asking about you today. And the Five of Cups. And I do feel like they're going to be... Okay, so the Five of Cups here is coming through as vulnerability. Vulnerability... Because look at how this man is like not even looking at these cards. It's kind of like just turning into himself. It comes up more like the Four of Cups in this particular deck. So I do feel like they're going to be very honest about what they've spoken about, because I feel like they would only turn to their friends if they didn't know what to do, if they had other things going on. If your person is the kind of person who is very vulnerable, and it wouldn't surprise me if they were like a water sign, like, you know, like they just got all the feels and they feel so much and they're very emotional, and they probably have friends that they're very emotional with, that they're not afraid of being vulnerable with, even if they're a guy with dudes. Like maybe they're also, you know, like a straight guy with straight guy friends. It's like, you know, we can talk about whatever. I feel like their friends are very sensitive. So like, I do feel like they were very raw and honest about how they speak about you. So you may not get the full gist of it. Maybe they don't want you to know that they've been this vulnerable with their friends. You know, it's like, it stays between bros. I'm talking very heteronormatively, and I'm saying this because if the person you're inquiring about is like a straight guy, there's this, you know, stigma about straight guys having feelings and talking about feelings with their friends. I feel like if they are, this is not the case for them and their friends. If their friends happen to be women, maybe this is also the reason why they're okay with this. But I'm getting like dudes who are okay with being emotionally vulnerable with each other, straight dudes. Take that only if it resonates. That's just an extreme example. And I do feel like some of you may need to hear that as well. Because I feel like any other kind of person, you wouldn't be surprised that they would be emotionally vulnerable. But with that specific kind of person, they also are, is what I'm getting. So you will hear about this. Your person could be going through some emotional void right now. And maybe they want to seek advice or counsel. Because I'm literally seeing like a situation where they're just hanging out. And then they just start talking. It's like, yeah, about pile one. We were talking about this, and I was talking to pile one about that, and then your person's friend is like, oh, pile one, yeah, what about pile one? You know, I see them light up because they talk about you, because you're an interesting figure in your person's life. Or if you already are an established relationship, then they like to hear about you. It's like, oh, so when's the wedding? When are you popping out the kids? When are, you know, just stuff like that. That's what I'm getting, which is really interesting. So let's move on to some closing advice. So you will hear about this. You have been brought up in a positive light as well. And yeah, I feel like there's been a lot of heavy topics that have been brought up. I'm getting the phrase emotional honesty coming through, which is interesting. Emotional honesty. I wonder if this friend or friends, because it feels like one person, maybe two, not too many, that they're very honest with, like maybe too honest. Like maybe this is that friend that they're okay sharing all their, like you know how you have that voice where you know you shouldn't say something or shouldn't say something out loud. This would be that friend they're okay like saying stuff like that with. So they may say all kinds of stuff with this friend that this friend kind of puts up with, and they're like, you know what? That's valid. You're allowed to express your opinion, even if it's a whack opinion. So because of that, they're able to be very honest with this friend. Let's go ahead and get your closing advice though. This is a yes/no deck, so if you want to ask a question, you can go ahead and ask that and I will answer it as best to my abilities with that. I want to get your guardian angel card as well for pile 1. And this could be advice for yourself or regarding this situation as well. Oh, wow. We have invitation. We, your guardian angels, ask you to invite us into your heart. Talk to us at any time. Share with us your fears and concerns as well as your joys and pleasures. There is no need to be formal, for we have known you since before the dawn of time. In fact, we know you better than you know yourself, and we love you just as you are. Several things. 1, there could be an invitation of some kind, like if they were talking to their friends about you, maybe their friend is like, yeah, invite pile 1 next time, bring them over, we can go to this party, we can go to this thing. So if an invitation is of importance of some kind, I do feel like this friend wants you involved. Or if like they were asking their friend, hey, can I bring them next time, they're like, yes, sure, absolutely, you know. I'm getting that, especially if there's things like weddings or something like that involved. And 2, again, I keep getting the feeling that if they, for some reason, are talking to their spirit team, like their guardian angels, ancestors, the universe, or whom, you know, etc., I feel like they're opening up to that. Or this could also be a message for you, pile 1. Don't be afraid to speak to your guardians, your guardian angels, or your spirit team, ancestors, your divinity, your divine counsel. Don't be afraid to open up to them. I feel like they have a lot to say to you. I want to get a Pokemon card. Pokemon Oracle deck card. I know my aesthetic is all over the place with the cards I have. I don't care. I love it. We have Take the Risk. Ooh, I like it. Maybe your friend is going to take a risk on something. If you've never met their friends before, this could be like you get to meet them finally. And maybe that's the risk they're willing to take. It's like, you know what? I don't know if it's okay to bring pile 1 around, but let's go ahead. Let's see what you guys have to say. Or, you know, what my friends have to say. Or family. Yeah, especially with invitation, because when I think of invitation, I think of like a wedding invitation or a family event, like something that you have to RSVP for. So they might take the risk and make you their +1, even if they themselves are not sure about it. Like maybe they just like to have you around, or maybe there's something about your energy that they feel would help them. Or maybe they want you to get to know people as well. And speak it into existence. Wow, okay. Manifestation keeps coming through here. So again, I don't know if you spoke this opportunity into existence. I don't know if they did. I do feel I feel like both you and your person definitely manifest each other somehow. I keep getting that. Like if you're praying to your angels, your spirit guides, your ancestors, the universe about something, this could be the case. Maybe you wanted to meet their friends or you wanted to meet their family, and this is what's coming through. But regardless, manifestation and heavy topics, or just important topics. If not heavy, I feel like they're heavy for your person because this is like a big step forward, but they may not be heavy to you. So just understand that when I mean heavy, I don't mean bad. They just mean like important. So with that said, this is where I leave it, pile 1. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, pile 2. If you chose the Black Moonstone, then we have a reading here for you about how your person speaks to their friends about you, whether they speak to your friends, who their friends are. We're going to see what they say about you, how you are brought up in conversation. And anything else that could be important. So we're going to get started with the oracles, which have been pre-selected. You have deep replenishment, retreat, rest, be held. Interesting. So I feel like your person, by the way, this is meant to be romantic, but you can take it however you would like to take it. It doesn't have to be. Just keep in mind that I will speak of romance themes, so you can ignore those or just choose a different pile or different reading. But with deep replenishment, I feel like they go to their friends when they want to rest, when they want to chill out, when they want to just, you know, be in a no work, no nonsense kind of energy. We also have solitude. Interesting. Maybe they have friends that they like to be alone with. Like, I don't know if anyone has friends like this where they just hang out with them and they don't really talk, they don't really do much, they just kind of hang out. I say this because I used to be that quiet friend in every group, and I would just like not really partake in conversation. I would just kind of do what they're doing. I'm kind of getting something similar. Another way of seeing this could be that maybe their solitude comes with their friendships. Like maybe they only talk to their friends like online or through their phone, like in text. I'm getting that. We have Udur. We have a thame, detachment, action, empowerment. We have fire, number 20, and we have this beautiful red rose, romantic love, as well as romantic affection. Bright red roses can also mark respect, whereas deeper shades represent bashful love and even mourning. Couple your red rose with a white rose to signify togetherness and unity. Synonymous with beauty, love, passion, and these themes are often subverted into literature and film. Okay. Pile 2. Well, let me read for Urdur first, because I can't remember whether it's past, present, or future, but I want to say it is one of the weaving of fate. So, Urdur, what has become? The past is always beside us. The past actions, and past fates. Okay. Yeah, so it is past. So for a lot of you, if you are no longer together, I feel like they could be seeking solitude. So whenever they do speak to their friends about you, it's to speak about the past. Like whether you and your person are speaking to each other anymore, I'm not sure. But it does seem like you are more in the past tense because they keep talking about your beauty, how attracted they are to you. Maybe you and your person were very physically intimate. So when you are brought up in conversation, it's never to the full extent. It's always like in hints that you two were more than I mean, I don't know what kind of relationship you had with this person, but for example, if you were dating or if you were quote quote just friends or a situationship, it's very obvious to your person's friends, or they make it clear to them that you were more than friends. Because with fire and red rose, I do feel like there was a lot of romantic attraction, romantic love, themes of romance. Like that is being brought to the forefront very obviously. If your person's friends and family knew that you were together, it can be very obvious that they were very attracted to you. But because it's in the past and there's detachment, I do get the feeling that their friends are noting that they could be missing you, or they may even ask about you every now and then. It's like, hey, where's pile 2? What happened with pile 2? And if it's a recent separation, then it could just mean that, you know, they may not bring you up too much, or maybe they have been spending more time alone when they usually bring you around. I'm getting that. And maybe it's hard for them to even admit this or to be alone right now when they are so used to having you or just, you know, being around. Because I do feel like you feel like a very big missing piece to them. So yeah, if you and your person are in separation right now, this would make a lot of sense. This is the vibe check. If not, I would choose a different pile. But regardless, I feel like they don't speak much about you, but it's very obvious to their friends and family that you are no longer in their life and that you are a part of the past, and that there has been some sort of like releasing here of the cords. Because I don't think it's any coincidence that we have these strings and then we have a knife right after. Like there has been a separation here. Not only that, but there was like a very obvious romantic connection between you and your person. I do feel like they saw you as very attractive, and even their friends and family could have noticed this. Like maybe they were very attractive. Like you were very attractive to them. I keep switching between you and them. I don't know who is missing who here. I don't feel like they bring you up unless it's necessary, and their friends and family probably bring you up more than they bring you up to them. Like I feel like they don't talk about you voluntarily, but if the conversation shifts towards you, they'll probably talk about it, or maybe they get some way about it for sure. So yes, this feels like a romance that has ended, or there has been some sort of separation, or maybe there is a break of some kind. So yeah, if this sounds like you and your person, let's move on to the tarot, because this is about as much as I'm going to get from this, because I'm struggling. Like I understand the situation, but I'm having trouble like channeling the actual words and verbiage. And that's not surprising, because I feel like it could be similar for your person. Like they don't want to bring you up, but I do feel like, you know, you get brought up every now and then. So who are they speaking to you about? I heard no one. Well, specifically, who is bringing you up in conversation that is part of their friends and family? We have the King of Pentacles. I'm getting a father-like figure or like an older male figure. It could even be even if it is a woman, like they have a very strong masculine presence. So I do feel this could be father, grandfather, a friend, like or an older sibling with a lot of authority, which is interesting. I'm getting strong grandfather and father energy though. So if their father is already a grandfather, this would make a lot of sense. Regardless, somebody very wise and somebody very practical. I feel like they bring you up more than anything. I'm getting from the Bad Bunny song, Debí tirar más fotos. There's a specific line he says, I'm translating roughly, where he's playing dominoes with his with the grandfather, with his granddad, and if his dad brings him up, if his granddad brings his person's, if he brings up the topic of his girlfriend, he asks, it's like if he asks if there's still a situation between the both of you, he says no. I'm having such a hard time talking in this pile, and it's annoying. So I feel like your person really doesn't talk about you. But it's funny because I understand the situation. So maybe your person doesn't talk much. Okay. Or specifically about you or their love life or maybe many things. What do they talk about when you do get brought up? Yep, Death reversed and Ace of Pentacles reversed. Like I said, you don't get brought up often, but when you are, it's the topic of your ending, whether there has been a separation or a breakup, whether it's been, if there was an engagement, and I wouldn't be surprised if there was, like if that's over, stuff like that. Again, I'm getting that line from Bad Bunny. If the granddad asks about you, I tell him, no, I don't. Even though the whole song is about missing that person. Él me pregunta si aún pienso en ti. Yo le digo que no. Sorry, I just had to say it in Spanish. That's the only way I could get it out. He asked me if I still think about you, and I tell him no. Stuff like that. Jeez. Your person's having a hard time talking about you. So I don't think they do often. They think about you for sure. If you're wondering if they're telling anybody about you, no, unless you're being brought up. And only to people they respect, with the King of Pentacles here. Like, you know how when your parents ask for something and you're very honest with them? Well, maybe that's the wrong. When your grandparents ask you for something and you're very honest with them, maybe not parents, because we all tend to hide things from our parents. Everybody does. I don't care who they are. But grandparents, we tend to be a little bit more free with, or even aunties and uncles, That's kind of what I'm getting. Like, they may talk to them about you, but nobody else. I'm sorry. I don't know why this is coming through, and this is not funny, but it kind of, it's more silly. If they have a grandparent who has like issues with memory, they may talk to them all about you because they know they'll forget. I'm sorry. That is not funny. It is not. Also, that would be kind of weird. I don't know. Maybe that's what they do, and that's, I don't know. But that's kind of the scenario I'm getting. Like, they would only talk to you to people that would not bring you up at all. What is the advice that this person gives to your person? 7 of Wands. Oh, 2 things. Either to not fight the feelings, or to go after you, or to find something. Like, they keep giving them the advice that you would expect someone like this to give them. It's like, oh, don't give up. If you really love them, go after them. If you really miss them, say something. Or they could even say there's bigger fish in the sea, stuff like that. I feel like they give them very generic advice, but it all goes back to trying to making your person feel better. It's all about wanting them to get their spark back, which is understandable. Will this conversation ever come back to you, or will it impact? God, my God, I'm sorry. This pile, the conversation, the conversation is difficult for me to have and to talk about it because it's difficult for your person. The channeling is still there. Like, I'm getting a lot of imagery and I'm getting a lot of songs. I'm getting a lot. This person would definitely benefit from speaking to more people about it, and maybe their words wouldn't be so jumbled up when I'm trying to channel their energy. Will you hear about this? Will you hear about this? I don't think they want you to. I don't think they want you to hear about this. They don't want you to know. Quite honestly, that's coming through already. But let me get the cards. 8 of Wands. Getting over something quickly. 3 of Swords. Yeah, they're very heartbroken. Knight of Wands. They're not going to come through. They're not going to say anything. They won't talk about it. But they definitely think about it a lot. They're not going to do anything about it. The Magician. Oddly enough, you may manifest this or somebody else may manifest it. It's not your person though. Like they don't want to talk about this. So the Magician is interesting here in that if you want this conversation to happen, you could manifest it. Or if they want, if somebody outside of them wants to manifest it, it can happen. But I don't see it coming from your person at all because they're still hurting. Their wounds are still deep. And the 7 of Swords reversed. Also, not only would you have to manifest a conversation, you would have to manifest honesty. Because you can bring someone around, but I don't feel like this person has been honest with a lot of people about how they feel. Not because they're a liar or anything. I just feel like they don't like to talk about it or they don't want to express themselves, you know? It's like they don't... There's a lot of pride here for this person. So it's kind of like if people ask them if they've been heartbroken over you, they're going to be, no, I'm not. I'm good. You know, it's giving that. Back of the deck, we have the 8 of Pentacles. Will you hear about this? Only if you manifest it. And only if it comes, like it's a very low chance. Like miracles can happen. Like, you know, you can work with your higher selves to see if something comes through. More than that, you have to manifest the honesty. Because I don't know if you were to manifest this person or this conversation or if anything like that, if it would happen. And even then, would they be honest with you? That's the biggest thing. So yeah, that's what I'm getting from your person. This is how they speak to you about... this is how they speak to you with other people. This is how you come up in conversation, if at all. It's not easy for them. So let's get your concluding cards. This is a yes-no deck, so ask your yes-no question and I will answer that momentarily. And let's get the rest of them. I'm keeping this one short because you don't come up in conversation a lot with your person. And if you do, it's rare or only to people they respect. Oneness. Someone you dearly miss is forever present in your heart. Remember, dearest one, that even though there has been a physical parting, spiritually those we love never leave us. Creation is eternal. Nothing is ever truly missing, for all is interconnected and ultimately one. Yeah, I feel like that goes hand in hand with what we've spoken about. Like, they could still have you in their heart, but they're definitely not talking about you. Not only that, but there could still be like a... I heard psychic connection between you and your person, so maybe this is why you're here, to see if like they're talking about you, because maybe they keep being brought up in like the sign signals or even in your psyche, like your dreams or like your meditation. Maybe they keep being brought up and you're asking, well, are they talking about me? I feel like it's just the cord that you and your person still have, which you may have to finally cut or detach. Detach yourself from the outcome. The real failure is not trying at all. Yeah, I'm getting that. If you tried for this relationship, and at least you can say you did. I don't think there's actual failure here. This could also be for your person. But regardless, there needs to be detachment between you and your person. Like, I keep getting that very strongly. Especially if this separation is very new or very fresh. Like, there needs to be a separation before any clarity can come through. And we have you're in alignment. So yes, you are in alignment. You are doing fine. Wherever you are is where you need to be. And this could just be confirmation for a lot of you, if you needed it, that you are where you're supposed to be, if this is how it's meant to go. But take that only if it resonates. That's not going to be for everybody. Maybe the alignment is about the question you were asking as well. But this is where I leave it, my beautiful, beautiful pile 2. I am sending you and your person so much love. I am sending the healing and anything that brought you here, a lot of love and healing as well. Sending the healing. I'm amplifying the healing that's already happening here. Let's put it that way. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hello there, Pile 3. If you chose the selenite palm stone, then we have a reading here for you about what your person tells their friends about you, how they bring you up in conversation to their friends, family, or anybody in their inner circle. We're going to start with the oracles to get a vibe check of who this person is, who the people are, and what the themes are. And then we're going to get into the tarot to ask more specifically. So your cards have been pre-selected, and you have quite a few, so let me get started. We have no, wait, postpone, pause, say no. We have you're already doing it, stop overthinking, keep facing your true north. So the no was kind of interesting. I don't know if there's something that is a big no here for one or you or the both of you. And when you're already doing it, this could just be confirmation that it's a no because it's already happening. It's already like a thing, which is really interesting. This could also be like their friend's family telling them no because something's already kind of in motion or something like that. Let's get the rest of your cards. We have inner peace, leadership. I'm getting career is important right now. So they could be talking to their friends and family about career or the next phase in their life. We have home. Yeah, 30. I was getting maybe somebody here is trying to purchase a home, or the topic of like moving in with somebody or getting a place with somebody could be important. I also heard not just home ownership, but like inheritance, like inheriting a home. We also have, I forget, is this pronounced Awas or Manas? Regardless, it's forward movement, and we have the horse here. I'll read about that in a moment. We have third eye, enlightenment, vision, mindfulness. First quarter, focus, momentum, motivation. There's something in the works here that your person is talking about with other people. I do feel it could involve you. It may not. It's more like a yes, not a yes, no, but like it's like a maybe. So people could be advising, for example, if this is about buying a home, they could be saying no. If this is about moving in together, it's about a no. There's definitely somebody here who is like saying no to something, but it doesn't matter because I feel like your person is going to do whatever they want to do anyway, which is kind of funny because we have inner peace and leadership. It's almost like they only want to bring this conversation up because they want to feel out how the other person is thinking or feeling about it. And then we have hyacinth, constancy. What are their? They're associated with sport and play, hopefully less tragic consequences. They also said to mean constancy, faith, and gentleness, with the blue color particularly denoting sincerity. There's something here about your person being true to who they are. So they seem like the kind of person who always takes into consideration people's thoughts, opinions. They allow people to say what they need to say, but at the end of the day, they're going to do what they want. That's the kind of person that your person is. So if they're asking people about you, they don't care. Well, I mean, they do. They want to hear out what they have to say. But like, at the end of the day, they're going to do what they want. So even if people disapprove of you, they don't care. They still want to be with you. Or at the end of the day, they're just they move at the march of their own pace. Like they can't help but be the person they are. So I'm not sure if they're being insincere with the people around them. If anything, I feel like they're trying to be by letting them know about their situation. The thing is, I just feel like they're going to do them regardless. So I'm going to read I'm pretty sure this is Awas, horse. Paradox unfolds into symbiosis and pushes forward. Symbiosis, movement, travel, mobility. I do get the feeling that they may want to move forward with you or do something with you. I guess it depends where you are in the relationship. If this is still new, they might want to move forward and do something with you. If you've been together for a while, they might still want to do something with and for you. But they're in the beginning stages of something. This could be about moving in together, about starting something new. You're already doing it. You know what this feels like? It's like when they're already doing something and then they ask for permission, but then the answer is no. And it's like, oh, funny you say that. I'm already doing it. So your person's energy when it comes to their friends and family, it wouldn't surprise me if they're the kind of people who love and hate your person at the same time for things like this. It's like they're getting opinions. They might be getting good wishes. They might be getting advice, but at the end of the day, they're doing what they want. Your person is very, what's the word? Steadfast, headstrong, stubborn for sure. Horse always makes me think of You're the Horse. And You're the Horse people are definitely like this. Like they take everybody's opinion into consideration. but they may or may not move with how everybody else is feeling. Like at the end of the day, it's still their word over everybody else. Leadership lets me know that your person definitely is used to having the final say in something. They could be like the firstborn. They could literally be in a position of power somehow. Not necessarily that they are a leader in the workforce, because ironically, people like that tend to not have that much say in their own homes, from what I've noticed. I guess it depends. But regardless, your person, like, they make up their own mind. And if they're asking people for advice or if they're bringing you up, it's just to see what they have to say. I'll be honest, I like this energy from your person. I kind of like this because they may be somebody who they don't take no for an answer. Or to them, no doesn't mean anything. It just means an opinion. Like, I mean this in like the best way possible. I'm not talking about things like consent or anything like that. No, I'm talking about like, let's say they want to do something, they have a dream, and their parents say no, and it's like, well, screw you, I'm still going to do it. That's the kind of energy I'm getting from your person. Or like to them, no is just, it's not about crossing boundaries. It's about, well, I'm going to do me anyway. Like that's kind of what I'm getting from your person, which is really interesting. Take that as it resonates. It wouldn't surprise me if they come off as a little disrespectful to some people, though. I will say that. But on the other hand, I feel like they know where the respect is due, and they know they have to do right by themselves or by somebody else here, maybe in this case you. So how you're brought up, I feel like you're brought up in, well, let's ask the tarot. I feel like that was more a vibe check about your person than anything. But yeah, I do feel like they're speaking more to their family than friends. I am getting that. Like, it's not so much their friends, it's family. Because you know how with family, we tend to cross boundaries a little bit more because we know them so much. I'm getting that energy. If this was their friends, they would have a lot more respect, or at least take something more into consideration. But because it feels more like home and family, it might be something different. Oh, the number 30 was coming through. Sorry, I got rid of these cards really fast. But I also think that likewise, your person could be moving pretty fast because they have to. All right, so who are these people that your person is talking to? If that passes the vibe check, and if you know this is your person. We have the Tower. They didn't mean to bring this up. It just came up. Like something was discovered. Something was like maybe they saw it in their socials, or maybe they overheard something. Whoever they're talking to, they didn't intend to have this conversation be brought up, and maybe this is why this whole conversation is kind of like a little quote quote disrespectful. And I say that like, I guess it depends on their family. This does feel like family. Like maybe they your person wants to move somewhere and do a thing, start something, and their family's like, no, we're not doing that because you're doing this. And they're like, well, actually, no, I am doing that, and I'm doing the thing. And I feel like maybe they meant to keep this quiet or secret for a long time. If this is regarding you, because this is meant to be more romantic in nature, but your person's energy is coming through very strongly because they're very, their energy is powerful. Like they take up space. They know how to take up space, and they're unapologetic about it. If this involves you, this would mean like maybe they didn't know that you two were going to get married, or that you two were going to do something like move in together, or that you two were dating, whatever the case is. I feel like if it involves you, it's that they didn't know that you were also involved in this, which is interesting, but they come upon it. I kind of get the feeling, again, depends on where you are in this connection with your person. Like when people first start dating and like their parents only find out because they catch you two making out, or they see it on the socials. It's like, oh, wait, who is that? Why are they at the beach with that person, holding them like that? It's kind of like that, it's giving that energy, which is so interesting. I do feel your person was a troublemaker back in the day, or they may have just had a difficult relationship with their parents because of this. So who are you talking to? Definitely family. Tower is like, this could also be, if it's not family, it could be like a public at large, like maybe their group of friends or followers. If they have like a social media, like maybe people are questioning like, hey, what's going on with that? Because I'm being shown in my mind's eye, like when people found out that Zendaya and Tom Holland got married, like everybody found out about it. And it's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. And everybody's asking questions and stuff like that. I'm kind of getting that. So I feel like if it's not family, it's people that they kind of owe some sort of explanation to. For some of you, this could be a work situation. And if like, for example, if it's a coworker dating a coworker and that's not allowed in the workplace. Like maybe they have to answer to like a boss or something like that. Like, but I don't feel like that's everybody, and I know not everybody agrees with that. So take that as it resonates regardless. I feel like your person was caught unexpectedly. I don't think whatever they're doing is wrong though. That's the only issue. I really don't. So what is how are they bringing you up in this conversation? Oh geez, we have the Ace of Pentacles. They started something and they're not backing down. The Ace of Pentacles is a seed that is planted and a seed that they intend to water, grow, they started something and they're not going back on it, because this person, they have a lot of integrity, and I think that's what makes them a little quote threatening to others, is that when people have integrity, it means that they are true to their word, and when they're true to their word, it means that they're honest, and not everybody likes honesty, and your person comes off that way because the way their energy comes through is very comforting. I could see why you're here about them. Maybe you even have your doubts. Maybe you think that they're going to waver in how they feel about something. But no, your person is very steadfast, very strong. Strong earth energy. If they're not earth, then they could just be very grounding in general. But this person, they know what they're about, and they stick by what they believe in. So I really do like this. And that includes you and their faithfulness or their commitment to you, or whatever it is that they have to do with you. Because I see them defending you very strongly with the Ace of Pentacles here. What are their family, people, friends? I doubt this is friends. I feel like their friends would be more understanding of the person they are. Because the kind of friends they would keep are friends that know them and see them for who they truly are. And that would include friends that call them out when they need to be called out. And I'm not getting those friends here at all. Like, so let's see who because there's a difference between being called out with love and being called out because somebody wants to hate or somebody wants to control somebody else. And this person knows the difference. Like, we all have friends that are honest with us, and then we have people that try to tell us what to do. There's a difference between both of those. And I'm picking up on the people who are trying to tell them what to do as opposed to the friends who are honest with them. Again, your person is somebody of integrity. So what is the advice that these people who are disapproving of whatever your person is doing, what is their advice to them regarding this or you? Queen of Wands. Interesting. I'm getting... This is a very specific... This is very specific from the show The Crown, where Charles was seen with Camilla, and they're all saying, oh, find somebody else to be with, not her, because she's, I don't know what she is, I forget the reasons why they couldn't be together. I can't remember if she was married or if she was older or whatever. But I'm kind of getting that. I'm getting the feeling that these people are trying to tell your person that you are just there for a short time. Like, you're only a pretty face. They'll get over you quickly. Think about it. One's energy is like a spark, a flash, something that it does not last long. They think they're only with you for your beauty. They think you're only with you because you're a great time, not a long time. A fun time, not a long time. They're seeing that like you're a passing fancy. Like, they clearly see that they're attracted to you, that they're into you, but they don't see anything longer term with you, which is unfortunate. They acknowledge that, yes, you are very lovely, very beautiful, but they don't want them to be with you. Let me get clarification on that. Another way of seeing this would be like, oh, pile 3 isn't going to last long. They're just there for a fun time. They're just, it's giving bimbo energy. Like, that's how they see you, which could be a compliment to some of you, but I don't feel like that's how they intend it, Page of Cups. Yeah, like they feel like you don't have any true feelings for them, or that they're just that you are using them somehow. That's what I'm getting, which is interesting. I guess it depends on the situation here. But they're feeling that there's no real love or feelings here. So will you. I'll be honest, this is a difficult one. Like, I'm here, I'm sucked into this tea, and I don't like these people. If this is something online, like I said, if like it's made known that you are dating a person and they have a public presence, people could be hating on you for good reasons. It's just jealousy, quite honestly. All right, will you hear about this? I get a feeling you will, because the energy is so strong. Will you hear about this King of Swords? Pay it no mind. Think of the King of Swords who understands where to pick and choose his battles, like what's worth his mental energy and what isn't. We have the King of Wands. Not only that, but your person's here to stay, because look how the king defends his queen. Queen of Wands is being called into question. The King of Wands shows up. It's like, wait a minute. Nope. That's my person right there. Regardless of your genders, of course. So your person is definitely defending you. King of Pentacles. Look how all the kings are showing up. This is crazy. I don't know what the situation is here. Maybe they could be having conversations with like their father figures as well, or like the men in their family, like, and they're telling them again. I keep being brought like that scene or that episode from The Crown where I forget their names. It's King Charles's dad, the Prince Charles's dad, because he's a prince at the time. Where he's telling him, Philip, I guess Philip is telling Charles, and he's like, oh, just, find a different consort or whatever. You know how, like, they're allowed to have their quote-quote affairs or whatever. It's kind of giving that. It's like, choose somebody else. That's what I'm getting. As if you could just choose who you feel things for, which is ridiculous. Notice that the King of Cups isn't here. So these people are just trying to be logical and practical, and your person is like all about the passion here. 8 of Wands. This could be a little bit ongoing though. I feel like it's going to take some time for people to warm up to you or this connection or whatever it is that you and your person are doing. And Page of Pentacles reversed. It could delay something, unfortunately. I do feel like that's the main way it's going to affect something. And Page of Wands, because they really don't want new people in their energy. That's the weird thing. It's like the old people or like the long-standing people are trying to preserve something, and when somebody new comes in, they're just very wary of it. And maybe even the younger people in this family are also witnessing this, and they're like trying to, it's almost like they're trying to change the narrative of like the kind of person you are, which is so weird. Notice how the only one's upright. We have a lot of court cards here. Several kings, several pages. But notice how the only ones upright are the King and Queen of Wands. Like, you two are good. If this is their friends, like if they have very like traditionally minded, conservative, or like patriarchal kind of friends, quote, quote, because it wouldn't surprise me if they do. They'd be like, why are you with that one? I thought we were all supposed to be bros. We're all supposed to be single. We're not supposed to be dating. Which would, again, I would call into question the people that they consider friends here. If these are friends, they're not good friends. I'll just say that. But that's so interesting. There's a lot of immaturity here as well from these people that they are speaking to you about. So I guess it's up to you. You will know if this is your pile or not, because this is a very specific kind of energy. Not only that, but you are definitely making waves around here. You're definitely being brought up. And it wouldn't surprise me if you understand that you are. It could be time for protection energy as well. Like ask for protection from your spirit guides, your angels, or do protection rituals if that's what you do. Because there's a lot of talk about you. There needs to be like some sort of releasing of the energies that are kind of being brought up about you. So I would definitely recommend that as well. Your person is very protective and they definitely are committed to you. But it may take some time for the energy, the people at large here, whoever those people are, to get accustomed to you, because I saw several kinds of several variations of this. It was like a combination of family, specific kinds of friends, and even the public at large. I don't know if some of you are in a relationship with a public figure. Maybe that's the case, and that would make a lot of sense. Or somebody who's like in the public eye, like a social media person, an influencer of some sort, which would make sense, I think, in this day and age. But let's go ahead and get your closing cards, your final advice, my beautiful pile 3. Yeah, if you haven't seen The Crown, specifically the arc where Diana comes in, that's kind of what it's coming through. Or yeah, like right before she comes in. And it's weird that I get brought to that show because I haven't seen it in a long time. Nor am I a big Royals fan. I just kind of I like the way that show was created. But anyway, the British royalty, of course. Anyway. Or even, let me stop talking about it. Okay, so we have guilt. You do not need another's approval to feel worthy of love, regardless of what you've done or what you think you failed to do. From your soul's perspective, there's nothing right nor wrong. Every experience in life is here to help you expand your awareness of love so that you may embrace ever greater spheres of wisdom. You've done nothing wrong. For those of you who have guilt or shame or feel some type of way because of this, none of it is your fault, and it's got nothing to do with the kind of person you are at all. In fact, I wouldn't surprise me if people don't really take it personally, that you are involved in this somehow. It's more because of the situation you are in. It's not about you as a person. You as a person, there's nothing wrong with you. It's the situation itself. Does that make sense? Like, you did nothing wrong. Nor did your person, honestly. I feel like nothing was done wrong here. It's just there's certain like systems in play that whether it's created by these people or by something outside of these people, there are systems in play that kind of prevent the both of you from being together, which I think is ridiculous, but I guess it depends where you live and where you are. certain cultures, you know, expect different things out of people romantically and even in relationships and even out of the individual. So I guess it's up to you. For example, I know there are cultures where arranged marriage is still a very common thing. This would be like you choose not to have an arranged marriage and it creates an uproar because people were expecting your person to marry somebody else. Kind of like that. Take that as it resonates though. Just take that if it applies to you. It could even be something over something small, like your background, your just things outside of your control. And if it's something is outside of your control, there's no reason to feel any way about it. And that's why I bring up the topic of like protecting yourself from these energies, because you did nothing wrong here. Neither did your person. And I think your person's aware of this. Okay, this is a yes, no deck. I will shuffle that last. So if you have a question, go ahead and answer it and I will shuffle a card for that. Let's get your last card. But yeah, release the guilt and shame and whatever it is that you feel here. Because I feel like everything here is outside of your control. Hence why you're probably at this reading. We have, do not draw lines you intend to erase. Interesting. There's something about, I feel like it's not possible to cut something off here either. So yes, set up boundaries, but understand that those boundaries may have to change. Because it's better to remain flexible at this time in terms of how things go, as opposed to being clear cut and concise for you at the very least, maybe for your person as well. But I feel like your person has dealt with this more than anything. Yeah, I'm kind of getting Harry and Meghan vibes here. The way they handled their relationship. Again, I'm not meant to like make you feel any type of way about that, but that's just how it's coming through, where he defends her a lot and she's just kind of there, you know, trying to be the best person she can be, at least from that perspective. Again, I know people have differing views on that. I'm not here to open up that conversation. It's just the way I'm being presented it. And then we have your yes, no question. You're veering off path. You're veering off path. I'm being told to get another one. I also feel like you could be focusing on the wrong thing here. Like maybe what you think is the culprit isn't. Like maybe what you think is the issue isn't actually the issue. And it's an enigma. Not only that, but there's no point in trying to figure this out. Like it doesn't make sense because the system in play doesn't make sense. So why would it make sense at all? So don't try to make sense of it. Just understand, focus on the present moment, focus on how you are. Some of you, again, lots of protection here. I am sending you a lot of protection, a lot of love, a lot of erasure of the negativity surrounding you and the people who have anything to say about you negative, whether they intend to send negativity your way or not. I'm releasing that for you, pile 3, because there's a lot going on here. But this is where I leave it, my beautiful pile 3. I am sending you so much love, healing, light, and clarity. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care. Hey there, pile 4. If you chose the amethyst crystal, then we have your reading here for you about what your person tells their friends or family, how you come up in conversation, what they tell them about you. And we're going to get into the tarot to see specifically how this goes. So we're going to start with the oracles to get a vibe check on you and your person, maybe their friends, their people as well. It's been a little bit all over the place, I'll be honest. Every pile has had something different. So I'm curious as to what yours are. Your oracles have been pre-selected. So you have share your voice, come out of the cave, persecution, expression, and keepers of the earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand beside you. Several things. This person could have very strong ancestors that are guiding them, or spirit guides. It all depends on what it is that they believe in. But even if, I'll be honest, I'm the kind of person that even if people don't believe in like their spirit guides or a divine power, I still believe it works for them. Just because of what I've picked up on people when I tell them, oh, hey, you know, your spirit guides, your guardian angels, your ancestors are coming through. Sometimes they themselves don't believe it, or they're like, okay, cool. Like I can tell that they're brushing me off and they're just being weird. But that doesn't mean that they're not being divinely protected on the other side. So your person could be this way. If not, they could really just have very strong ancestors. I'm also getting that they have friends that really like bring out something in them. So whatever friends they are speaking to, they're definitely the kind that are that create a safe space for them to express how they're feeling, or whatever is on their mind. It doesn't necessarily have to be emotions. It could just be whatever their thoughts are. So yeah, they definitely have friends like this, or This feels similar to a previous pile, and I'm not sure if I repeated this, but let's go ahead and get on to the rest of the cards. We have, this is Lagos, and it means water, body of water. They could be near a body of water, or that could be like where they enjoy going. I'm also, of course, getting water in the Western astrology sense, like emotions. I will read from the book just to make it clear. I want to say this is lavender. Yeah, lavender. Its name is derived from the Latin word lavare, which means to wash. Again, we have water coming through here. And has been used to freshen rooms and linens. Calming properties, was given to women to squeeze during labor in hope that its scent would ease their suffering. It's associated with purity of the soul in ancient Egypt. Modern day meanings are a little contradictory. Grace, trust, and admiration. How is that contradictory? Anyway, but lavender is a very calming kind of herb. It's a very calming scent herb that you can use. I also associate it with the third eye. So there's something here about your person's intuition or their connection to source, if you wanted to connect it with the crown as well. Also about being very relaxed. So wherever they are with their friends, they tend to really chill out, which I think is cool. We also have learning, number 15. Okay. By the way, when I was shuffling these cards, I shuffled them off camera. A lot of them kept falling out of my hand. Like they just would fall from the deck. You have mugwort, omen, mysticism, ceremony, dark moon, rest, stillness, observation, and wisdom. Yeah, so they were falling out of my hand, almost like I get the feeling that when they speak to their friends, and it does feel like it's friends that they mostly speak to you about, or they speak about to you, or yeah, no, I said it right the first time. I feel like things just kind of come out when they least expect it, like just without thinking they'll say something or they'll have some sort of emotion known. I feel like they really spill their inner workings out with their friends more than anything. So maybe they get caught up in conversations that they didn't intend to because of this. It's like maybe they're just chilling out and suddenly they'll just say, man, I miss pile 4, or man, this is annoying, or, you know, just I feel like they have little bursts of expressing their emotions with their friends. So maybe this is how you come up in conversation every now and again, like maybe just out of nowhere. Like maybe there's something about you. I was going to say pile 4. So let's say they're with their friend and, you know, they're watching something that reminds them of you, and they'll just say, man, pile 4 used to do that. And then their friend will be like, hold up, why are you bringing pile 4 up? You know, things like that. So I'm getting this. Your person, maybe it is a friend, but this is meant to be more romantic here, pile 4. Your person, lots of mysticism surrounds them, whether they like it or not. They could be very reluctant to it, or maybe they are aware of it, but they themselves don't follow it. Like they could befriend many people who are very spiritual, but they themselves may not be spiritual. I've known people like that. I am friends with the people like that. There's a reason like opposites attract when it comes to that. I feel like one person fills that void the other one lacks. With learning, I do feel like they try to learn themselves a little bit more every time they speak with people. As in, they ask for their opinion, almost to see if like what they say resonates with them. And this could even be how they bring up you in a conversation. Maybe they're trying to understand you or try to figure out how to handle you, how to deal with you, how to pursue you, if that is the case here. I'm not sure if it is. Mugwort is an interesting herb. And I literally just threw mine out because I think it was old. It was ancient. I know herbs can last almost forever, but like this was like falling apart. But herb is it's meant to stimulate dreams is what I was told. Like it's meant to stimulate dreams, to help with protection in sleeping as well, is what I was told. I never really used it. I don't like burning it. It smells like wet paper. I know it sounds weird, but that's what it smells like. I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it. If fresh mugwort smells different, let me know. But I'm getting the sense that maybe they've been having subconscious dealings with you or about you, or like I said, you're on their subconscious. So whenever you get brought up, it's almost unintentionally, or like the conversation keeps coming back to you somehow, or maybe they're just really, really trying to figure you out, because even tapping into this energy, I'm getting a little bit of a headache. Maybe this person has a hard time understanding certain things, but I'm going to read for Lagos because I said I would. I think its literal meaning is lake or like body of water. If I am Which is interesting because runes can be interpreted either literally because they all stand for a place, but it could also be taken metaphysically. Like we could say body of water, but we could also say the inner emotional workings of your person. And I do feel like they talk about their feelings a lot here. So this is on page 101. And even 101 is a number of like a beginner course. Yeah, it means lake. Into the depths we go. Portal, initiation, emotion, unconscious, and depth. They're the kind of person who likes to have deep conversations with their friends. I feel like this is just the kind of person they are in general. They could definitely be introverted because introverts tend to want more deep conversation than anything. Like, yeah, you can have like shallow conversation or just, surface level conversation. But your person, they love it when things go deep. They love when we get to the nitty gritty bottom of something. Maybe they're this way with you as well, but they are definitely this way with their friends. I don't think there's anything else here. We talk about surrendering so much in this work, and as a pivotal art as it is, sometimes it's not the only thing that's needed. Sometimes we need to find tools as we meet the murky depths found within Lagos. Interesting. So yeah, this person, deep thinker, yeah, wisdom. That's why the wisdom card is here. Also, there's a lot of water here. Your person could be a water sign or have their moon in a water sign. Dark moon lets me know that right now is a moment for them of observation. They could be going through like a personal dark moon. I don't know if that's a thing in astrology, but I feel like right now they're not feeling anything because they don't want to, and maybe they're more in an observant energy, so they don't have to take on emotions, which is really interesting. But they seek wisdom and advice from their friends, and I feel like their friends definitely provide this because those are the kind of friends they like to keep around. So if this sounds like your person, if this sounds like your situation, let's get into the tarot. I am not joking when I keep saying that like my cards keep falling on the floor. I don't know if this is your friend. I don't know if your friend is clumsy or if something about things falling could be important here. Okay, so we're going to get into who their friends are that they're talking to. This one definitely feels like friends. There were certain piles that felt more like family or like a general public, but here they're talking to friends. So who are these friends that they are talking to about you? We have the sun reversed. Friends that they don't really have to pretend to be anything but themselves around. These could also be friends that, like, even when they're feeling down, they like to be around them. Especially if your friend recently has... I keep calling them your friend, your person, pile force person. Your person. You could consider them just a friend. If they've been feeling down and out, or if they haven't been great, I feel like they've been spending more time with their friends in order to find themselves or to gain confidence. Like maybe they don't feel... I just get the feeling that they don't want to pretend to be something that they're not, so they hang out around their friends to not have to put on a face or to not have to pretend to be anything. Which is interesting because I don't know if your person... I almost said friend again, good God. If your person... Maybe this is a friend and only just a friend, but like I said, I meant this reading to be romantic, so I want to make this like fit whomever is watching it. So your person could be trying to just be themselves right now, and with their friends they do this. They don't have to put on an air, they don't have to put up a front, they don't have to lie. Or maybe they find it easier to just be honest, because that's how the sun reverse is coming through here. These are friends they could just like let it all hang out, you know. How do you come up in conversation? How do they speak about you? I'm gonna pull 2 cards for this one, which is interesting because I want to see how you come up in conversation. It was a little bit more obvious in the previous ones, I guess, because I don't think I did that. Anyway, 9 of Cups. They want to know why you're so happy. Or, sorry, they want to know what... their friends want to know why your friend is so happy. Or they're asking them like, hey, are things going well with you? There's something about your energy that does bring a smile to their face, or that makes them light up in a particular way. If they have very psychic friends, and it wouldn't surprise me if they do, they might read their aura and be like, every time you talk about this person, you light up a little bit, or there's like a specific thing within you. But it does feel like somebody here thought that you would be something great for them. This is how you get brought up. Also, I feel like your person may have manifested you. Like, for example, maybe they were talking to their friends about you. It's like, oh yeah, this one person, pile 4, you know, I'm talking to them, I'm seeing them. we're doing this or we did that, you know, just it's positive energy. And that's how you come up. And maybe this is why I feel like their friends do ask about you. What do they say? The Emperor. Oh, I love this energy. Okay. If you and your person are just friends right now, I doubt it, because I kept calling them your friend, but it doesn't feel like that, because I do feel like you make them want to be better. You make them want to do more. You do seem like something they've always wanted. It's almost like they manifested you, and they talk about you because they want to be the emperor in your life, if you were to be the empress here, which is really interesting. If they haven't already started dating you, I do feel like they're definitely considering it, or they definitely will. If you already are dating, I feel like they're just trying to come up with more ideas on how to better be that which you need, is what I'm hearing. Honestly, how to better be what you need. And if you're not somebody who usually expresses their desires or what they would like, I feel like they're trying to figure that out. So maybe dropping a hint to your person would help here. What advice do their friends give them about you? I'm also hearing, how do they view you? We have the King of Swords. Not the best advice, I'll be honest. I think it comes from a good place, the advice that their friends are giving them, but the advice they're giving them is like, either it's not great, but mostly it's like they don't have any experience with what their friend is going through, with what your person is going through. So they don't know what advice to give other than generic advice, which is kind of funny. Or they could be going full tilt into, yeah, just don't do it, which is kind of interesting. So I do feel like their friends are not giving the best advice. If it was good advice, the king would be upright. I'm actually going to clarify it. Why is this advice not good? King of Pentacles. Because they don't want their friend to settle down. Oh, yeah, they don't want your person to like be tied down. Maybe it benefits somebody here for your person to be single. So they're definitely trying to get them more on the side of being single. It's like, you know how people, and I see this in friend groups, and this is why I don't really care for certain friend groups like this. Like if one person has a partner, then they never see them, or they're out and about, or they have to invite the partner as well. And like the group doesn't like that. Like if the whole group is single, then everyone's got to be single. If the whole group is in a connection with someone, then the whole group's got to be in a connection with someone. I see this a lot, and I don't care for it. Yeah, and it's not fair, because if somebody is happy with somebody, then friends should be happy for their friend that they are with somebody. But that's just my rant. But I do feel like this is a very similar energy from your person's friend here, pile 4. By the way, this does feel like just one friend, or like a few close-knit friends. If this is one particular friend you are asking about that your person knows, maybe this is the case. They do seem to have Leo energy with the sun. All right, so will you hear about this, or how will this impact you? Will you know about this, etc.? So we have the King of Cups. Oh, I like it. 5 of Wands. Look, your person doesn't want to fight what they feel anymore. So they're going to honor what their friend says. Ironically, I think by their friend saying, don't do it, it makes your person here want to do it more. It's like, I don't think you should date, pile 4. And then your person starts thinking, it's like, yeah, you're right, I shouldn't. But then in the back of their head, it's like, well, dang, now I want to. Well, now I kind of wonder why. Like, your person might have an issue with, like, being told what to do. And every time they are, like, sometimes they just get this rebellious streak to not do what they're told. Because the 5 of Wands reverse is like, they don't want to fight. The Hanged Man reverse, yeah. 10 of Wands. And 8 of Pentacles. And back of the deck is Page of Wands. So what's interesting, I do feel like whatever conversation they have kind of intensifies their feelings towards you, pile 4. Because here, I think they're objectively wondering, like, why did their friend tell them that? Like, they don't question what they are told. They question the reason why they were told what they were told. Does that make sense? Your person's a little cerebral, not gonna lie. And I feel like their friends are very similar. And ironically, I feel like this has the opposite intended consequences.
Like, that's what I'm getting. Like, your person, I feel like this is not gonna really help them change their mind. Maybe they were hoping that their friend would try to talk them out of something, and instead it just kind of intensifies something. Like, so you know how you don't know how you feel about something until you're put in that situation. That's kind of how I'm getting your person being. Like, they don't know how they're going to feel about letting you go until someone tells them to let you go. Or they don't know how they're going to feel about, being told about you until they hear it from somebody else. Which is so interesting. Like, let's say their friend says something negative about you, and then suddenly your person is like about to say, like, your person thought that they would agree with their friend because they're their friend, but suddenly something within them, like something in the heart, something in the jellies, if you will, something within them is like, wait a minute, no, that my pile 4 doesn't do that, or hey, my pile 4 is actually a really great person, or hey, actually I would like to be with pile 4. I don't know why you said that. Like, they need somebody to argue against them in order for them to like really feel it. And if they do totally agree with it, I feel like they'll go with the flow. I don't think your person is just trying to be contrarian for the sake of it. I think they need to be pushed to a limit to experience this. That said, I'm not sure if they'll do anything about it, because the 8 of Pentacles, well, actually, 10 of Wands does let me know that they're willing to put in the work, as does 8 of Pentacles. But with the Hangman reversed and the Page of Wands reversed, it still may take some time. You won't hear about this though. Not until much, much later. Like, if things ever become a thing, but that's a big if. But I do, it's funny. I feel like this is all just in the mind. Not in the mind, but it's all rhetorical. Like, this is all just speculation. Like, they're just talking about you with their friend. It's like, what if I got back? I don't know what the nature of your connection with pile 4 is. Sorry, with your person is here, pile 4. But I feel like having a conversation about you with their friend solidifies how they feel about you somehow. And I do think it's mostly positive how they feel, because it seems like their friends don't want them to be with you, but that's just going to want you more. And I know that sounds kind of annoying and aggravating, but that's just how your person thinks. I wouldn't try to understand it. Maybe they're Aquarius or something, because Aquarian energy is like that. But yeah, that's what I have. Are they going to come through? I don't know. There's a 50-50 chance. I guess it depends how often you speak with your person or not. If you're not already speaking with them, I don't think you're going to hear about it. If you are right now, you probably will. But let's get your closing cards. This is the first pile that I've actually sat down for. Letting me know that your person really does like to chill. Okay. So we're going to, this is a yes/no deck, so go ahead and ask your yes/no question, and I will pick that one last. Let's get your angel cards for pile 4. Positive outcome. At this very moment, you are sowing the seeds of your future through your thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and attitudes. Whether through love, fear, or indifference, you are always creating something. So remember to keep your thoughts, beliefs, and attitudes positive, and you will create a positive outcome. There is going to be a positive outcome to this, whatever the situation is. Not only that, but I do feel like I said, your person is very divinely guided by their ancestors, by their spirit guides, by some force outside of themselves, and I feel like they're working towards a positive outcome with them, with you, with whatever the situation is. This reminds me of a reading I did, and I forget what the reading was about, but it was weird because the energy that I felt in that pile felt very sacred, and I even remember mentioning it in that reading that it felt like my Day of the Dead readings, where I call upon ancestors and a lot of very divine light to guide me into giving messages for people. And this is kind of similar to what I'm feeling right now when I tap into the energy of your person's ancestors. I do feel they're very strong with them because they take very good care of them. Maybe with you as well, pile 4. I do feel like they could also be your ancestors, especially if you know you have confirmation of this. We have a fanatic is one whom redoubles effort when they're forgotten their aim. A fanatic is one who redoubles their effort when they've forgotten their aim. Yeah. There is a stubbornness within your person that gets dismantled around their friends. It's really weird. If your person is stubborn, you can confirm that. I promise you, when they're with their friends or when they speak with them, something unlocks or unclicks, or like I keep getting like an unlatching. It's like they knock off and they're like, you know what? No. That's really specific and really weird, but that's what I'm getting. Take that if it resonates, because it was very specific. And let's get your yes, no card answer. We have the opportunity is approaching. So I don't know if that's a yes or no. It's more like you will soon find out whether it's a yes or no. So take that as it resonates, pile 4, but I'm going to leave it here. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe. It was just 22:22 on the timer. I'm sending you and your person so much love. Please take care. Hello there, pile 5. If you chose the pistachio or seafoam or ocean calcite, whatever I call it, I have like 4 names for it at this point. We're at your reading. So we are going to look to see if your person, how your person speaks about you to their friends, their people, their family. And we're going to do that with the oracle cards. We're going to get a vibe check to see if this is your person, to see who they are talking to, what the subject matter could be. And then we're going to get into the tarot to ask more specifically what's going on. So we are going to do this vibe check first. So we have, and this is meant to be more on the romantic side, but you can try and do it for platonic. It's up to you. I do put that discretion in the beginning just to let people know. So we have Akasha. Your guidance is divinely guided. Your guidance is divinely guided. I swear I said that at some point in a different reading, not using this deck at all, but I just thought it was funny. So your guidance is divinely guided. We also have, I forget whether this is a Suwilo or a different rune. There's 2 runes that look very similar. I will make sure that this is the right rune and look into the book for it. We also have Death. Number 16, we have the door. Number 10, we have openness. We have, let's do this one. This is foxglove. Yeah, foxglove, insincerity. Despite this, no wait, right. On the positive side, they can also mean determination, stateliness, and can be used to say, I believe in you. They represent also deception and sincerity and selfish ambition. So I don't know if their friends here are insincere, or if there has been some insincerity between you and your person. I guess you will know, depending on who this is. And then we also have sacral, desire, euphoria, and expression. Okay. Let me read for, for Suwilo, or what's the other one? There's 2 runes that look similar. Iwaz. So Suwilo's the other one. Okay, this is Iwaz. Yew tree. Stretching in all directions, we find new depths of self. Symbolism for Yggdrasil, expansion, paradox, protection, and complexity. It asks, how can your perspective and practice expand? What is your relationship to paradox? Do you tend to like things to be simple or easy, or do you make room for all possibilities? Your person is opening up their mind about something. With Death here, I do feel like at one point they closed the door to something, quite literally. And now they're either changing their mind, or like there's something here about like a new... Your person could be someone that said they didn't want something and now they do. So you may take that to be insincere, or maybe even their friends are calling this out. It's like, are you sure you're being honest? Because at one point you didn't want this. So with that said, I'm trying to figure out who their friends are, but they're not really coming through. I just feel like they might get called out on this a little bit. But let's say your person wanted to do something and suddenly they do a 180 and they do something else. And I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think people are allowed to change their minds once they've made, informed decisions, or once the universe has shown them that, maybe it's time to give something that you never wanted to give a try. For example, that happened with me. I would complain at large how much I hate gyms. I think I still do, but I joined one and I like it. So, it's giving that kind of energy where maybe your person said that they didn't want to, for example, be on social media, and then they decide to start up more social media, whatever the case is. So
there could be a bit of a 180 because death and door, specifically openness, open door, it's kind of like there might be opening the door to something that they decided not to do. Another way of seeing this, I guess it depends how long the relationship between the thing that they didn't want to do that they are now doing could be bringing in the question of insincerity here. So let's say it's been years since, like for me, for example, I've been saying for years that I don't like gyms, and I had my reasons. You know, I suffered from body dysphoria. I had ED essentially in my early 20s. So it makes sense that I would be very opposed to going to a place that I might run into people like that. But now that I'm getting older, I just really want to build strength, and I want to take yoga classes and Zumba. You know, just I go to it for fun instead of like nitpicking at my body. So that's my informed decision. There's a difference there. So your person, I think there's something similar here. If there's something they said they wouldn't do that they are now doing, I would question the reason and not so much the person for changing their mind. I feel like their friends have either called them out on this, or you might be calling them out on it as well. Maybe you're here to ask like why things have changed. If it's about you, and let's say they wanted to do something with you, then now they don't. Or vice versa, maybe they didn't want to do something with you, then now they do. You might be questioning the sincerity of that. Like maybe this could be somebody that at one point didn't want anything with you, and now they do. And it's like, well, but wait a minute, why? You know? With the sacral, I do feel like it involves desire of some sort, not necessarily the spicy kind, though it can be. But it could also mean like something that they've always wanted. I feel like your person could be somebody that tends to deny themselves things that they want for whatever reason, which is always great to practice self-control in that way. I do believe that. But like in this case, I do feel like there's something about the complexity about things like desire, things about endings or beginnings, or you know, I feel like they just follow their intuition, and their intuition may make sense to nobody but themselves, and maybe not even themselves is what I'm getting. I swear I read this energy before. It's kind of interesting. I'm having deja vu. That is so weird. But yeah, so the 10th of any month could be important. The 16th of any month could be important. October could be important. October 16th is Libra season. And the Libras I know tend to be very open-minded. Like they don't say no to anything because they never know when they might be open to something. Is the kind of energy that I get from your person. So they could be a Libra or a Scorpio. But I'm getting this kind of energy. So I'm trying to see who their friends are. They're not coming through. We'll get more in the tarot for that. But it could easily be you and your person and whatever you've discussed or whatever is going on between the both of you that you could be really questioning more than what they are saying about you. So maybe you're here to figure out like why things have changed with your person, and you're wondering if like their friends may have some clue to this. Oddly enough, I'm not getting much from their friends, but it does help to have a very open mind when it comes to this situation, or at the very least to this particular person that you are inquiring about. Like I said, this is intended to be more on the romantic side, and with the sacral chakra especially, I do feel like the theme of desire, maybe sensuality or anything, you know, more lustful could be a topic here. So let's get into the tarot. Let's ask who these friends are. If this sounds like you and your person, pile 5. So for my pile 5, who are they talking to about you? I honestly don't know. I keep saying they're friends, but it might be... We have the Ace of Wands. Interesting. It almost feels like a whole different message wants to come through, I'll be honest. Because Ace of Wands is not coming off as a person or a people. It's coming off as a desire that was not there, or that either wasn't there, or at least at first it wasn't there, or maybe it's no longer there. I don't know. There's something here about desires coming through. Can I see... Maybe they're not talking to anybody about this, 5 of Swords. Because if they were to talk about this with anybody, they feel like they would be judged. So they're not talking to their friends about anything to do about this particular discussion with you. This pile is different because this one, a topic is coming through more so than friends or even the conversation. I feel like their thoughts are coming through. So here we're actually talking about your person's internal monologue, the friends in their mind. Let's put it that way. No, I'm kidding. We're really talking about their thought process. So right here, they don't want to tell their friends because they don't want to be judged.
Or maybe even with their closest friends, they do feel like they would be judged about this. Maybe they're just somebody who doesn't really talk about their desires and wishes, especially in terms of like romance, relationships, or sensuality, or anything like that. Or even like their innermost dreams. They may not share that kind of stuff with people. Not because they have anything against it. I just don't think that's what they do. Because it's not coming through as a problem here. All right. So that changes my questions then. What does this have to do with you? Let's put it that way. What does this have to do with you? You may already know this, but this could just be confirmation. The Chariot reversed. Why things have come to a standstill, or why things haven't progressed, which is so interesting. And I'm curious as to what the progression is. So if the desire, for example, is to move in with you, to take it to the next level, or anything to that extent, there's something here about a pause or things not happening. They could be questioning why they haven't taken like a specific step with you, or why things haven't panned out the way they thought they would with you. Which is interesting. What advice would they be like if spirit was to give them advice? And maybe you can send this to them through their higher self if you feel so called to do so, or if their higher self is open to it. There's something about progression here. Both in their life and with you. We have the Tower reversed. I'm just hearing let the pieces fall where they may. But I also thought of let the bodies hit the floor. Oh geez, let the bodies hit the... What is that supposed to mean? I don't think it's meant to be taken the way the song expresses it either, which is interesting. I'm going to get the rest of your cards. How does this affect you? Why is this particular pile different? I want to know that. There's an internal monologue. Maybe the topic that you're asking about is something entirely different as well. And maybe this is what's coming through. Like, you don't just want to know what they're saying to their friends about you. You want to know a specific topic about you. Like if it's something more sensual in nature, more intimate in nature. They do have desires and feelings. They're afraid of acting upon it, and they don't know how to progress with this feeling. The Tower reverse does let me know that at some point this will all just break. Like at some point this is going to be either a topic of discussion or things will just happen. Because look at everything in reverse. We have Judgment reversed, Tower reversed, Chariot reversed. We have the Queen of Cups. They do adore you. They do love you. Like there's no questioning whether they feel anything towards you. They feel maybe too much towards you or everything towards you. Like that's not the question. Like that, if you ever doubted that, that's not it. They do feel some type of way towards you, a positive way. Not only that, they find you very nurturing, also very desirable. The Queen of Cups isn't quote quote the most desirable of all the queens. I think that would go to Wands or even Pentacles, but Cups is like what you feel comfortable with, like what you would want to. It's mother energy, you know. They see you as for those of you who this is a more heteronormative way of putting it, like, you know, the mother of their child, or if you're a person who is like very nurturing, like, you know, it's representing almost Empress energy. They do feel some type of way towards you. Let's get the rest of the cards. We have the Six of Wands reversed and the Seven of Pentacles reversed, but they don't know how to put anything towards this. The Lovers, yeah, oh wow. I think you're really questioning why things haven't progressed between you and your person, and you're wondering if they're talking to anybody about this. Honestly, I don't think so. I don't think so. I think this is only a question they have between themselves and God or their ancestors or their spirit guides, whomever they believe in. Interesting that I said God first. Maybe that's how they think, pile 5. But I do feel like the internal conversation they have with whomever about you is like, they do want something with you. It's also possible that they don't want to mess up here. They don't want to, I keep hearing F up. They don't want to F up here. But the thing is, because they've been holding it internally for so long, it's like an arrow where you hold it back. There's only so much you can hold it back before it just releases. And that's how it's coming through. And if you want to take any other type of imagery here with that, I feel like you can. After all, we have the Ace of Wands, the most phallic symbol here. Back of the deck, we have the Nine of Swords. And I think they're tired of like agonizing over this. Queen of Pentacles, there she is. Three of Swords reversed, but they don't want to break your heart and death. Oddly enough, If you're wondering why things haven't progressed with your person, I feel like they don't want to cheapen this, is what I'm hearing, which is interesting. They don't want to cheapen it. They don't want to take you for granted. They want to be in a space where things are fine to go forward with you. Will it be anytime soon? I don't think so. But do understand that just because they're not talking about you to anybody doesn't mean that they don't think about you and that they don't, quote, quote, agonize over it, quite honestly. I do feel at some point, if you're asking whether they will change their mind or if they've done that recently and you're wondering what the situation is, just understand that they themselves, I feel like your person could be somebody who is not very in tune, like their body with their soul and their mind could be very different. Like their body and their soul could really want you, but their mind is keeping them from all kinds of things that they would really like. Like I mentioned, I don't think your person is used to, they're not used to giving in to the things that would make them happy, which is very interesting. But do they feel some type of way towards you? Absolutely. Absolutely. Like there is no question about that. Will they do anything about it? I don't think so. I'm going to give you extra guidance because this particular pile was unique. Like the other ones, they pretty much told me like there was people involved, who the friends were, or family, like friends. Like this one, I'm not getting other people that they're talking to you about. I feel like they're talking to maybe the universe about you, maybe themselves, their subconscious, their higher self, if that applies. And even if they don't believe in all of that, I feel like they would if they could, or maybe they are. I don't know. All right, let's get, I guess their next actions towards you, because this bottom part is like, will you ever hear about this? I think you internally know. I think this reading is enough for you to, at least the most you will get out of it is this reading that I'm giving you, because I don't think this person would ever tell you anything about this. Or if they do, it'd be a miracle. So we have the King of Pentacles. They're aware that you guys would be a great match. We have the Well, but that they have nothing to offer right now. And the Hermit reversed, but they won't always be this way. Like the silver lining here is that they won't always be this way. They can't. They can't. And you can take this or leave this. If this is like a situation where you don't know whether to stay or go, I guess you could just leave it be. As opposed to, because we did get in the oracles, the death card and the door, like you can close that door or open it. It's up to you, or leave it unlocked or leave it ajar. I'm hearing Bruno Mars, I'm gonna leave the door open, which even that song is about like how he's getting ready and looking good. And, you know, he's going to leave that door open in case you happen to show up if you want to come over and do a thing. That's kind of what I'm getting. And I feel like maybe you have this attitude towards your person. Maybe your person has that attitude towards you. They could drop some massive hints that they want something, or maybe you are dropping them. Maybe you drop them to each other. And at some point it's like things just have to happen. Back of the deck, we have the Five of Cups. But I feel like the both of you have to release, well, one, there has to be honesty. Two, I think you're both going to manifest each other. And you will have something positive here. Just right now, first of all, they're not talking to you about anybody. Like, they're not talking about this to anybody. This is their internal conversation with themselves. But I do feel this is a message that you needed to know. That your person does want something with you. Something very deep. And I'm getting that song by, is it Rita Payes? Hace falta que te digo que me muero por tener algo contigo. Which translates roughly to, it's about time that I told you that I'd like to have something with you. So whatever that is, that's up to you. Take it as it resonates, pile 4, or pile 5. Pile 5, take that as it resonates. Your person is full of all sorts of thoughts regarding a situation. How they would like to be intimate with you, how they would like to be near you, how they would like to pursue something with you, that they only want to treat you with respect. It wouldn't surprise me if your person has anxiety around things like sensuality and, you know, things like intercourse, whether it's something that you're only meant to do with somebody that you truly love, as opposed to something casual. I guess it depends on the kind of connection that you both have. Or maybe there's somebody who would rather wait for, like, you know, their one true person to pursue that. But at the same time, it's like, when does that one true person show up? Because I am getting a little bit of that. But let's go ahead and get your closing cards, your closing advice. Oh, I do have a yes-no deck here. So go ahead and ask your yes-no question. This was a different pile, that's for sure. If you really want to know what they're saying to their friends or whatever, go pick another one. This was the only one that had something crazy like that. The other ones made sense to me. This one, I'm going to have to rewatch and be like, what did I say? Because because I'm channeling, and when I'm channeling, I'm half in, half out. Like, I even forget that I talk to people about myself. My sister brought up that I was crying in another reading, and I was like, what are you talking about? And I was like, oh yeah, I am. Okay, so pile 5. Let's get your closing advice. We have guilt. You do not need another's approval to feel worthy of love, regardless of what you've done or what you think you failed to do. From your soul's perspective, there's neither right nor wrong. Every experience in life is here to help you expand your awareness of love so that you may embrace ever greater spheres of wisdom. You've done nothing wrong. You've done nothing wrong. It's funny that guilt is coming through here, because I do feel like they have some sense of guilt regarding how they feel towards you or how they may want to express their love for you. I'll be honest, I feel like your person might have some shame and guilt around, you know, the sensual parts, which is funny because that is where shame and guilt hides in our sacral chakra system. Because every chakra has a positive and negative. The positive is like creativity, sensuality, desire. And the negative is the shame and guilt of wanting that, you know. Your person could be going through some sort of sacral chakra healing, for sure. But I feel like that's coming through. I'm being told to read the back of the deck. Oneness. Someone you dearly miss is forever present in your heart. Remember, dearest one, that even though there has been a physical parting, spiritually those we love never leave us. Creation is eternal. Nothing is ever truly missing, for all that is interconnected and ultimately one. So even if you're not talking to this person or if you're far away, I feel like you might have like a telepathic bond where you always understand like how the other is feeling. Like if they're feeling sad, you may feel sad. If they're feeling like they miss you, you could feel like they miss them. Things like that. So if that's something you want, great. If not, I would decord because it might be time to do so depending on who this is. Let's get your Pokemon card. Let's get your Pokemon card. Pile 5. There's a playfulness in this pile, by the way. I didn't really pick up on that, but now that I'm like out of the... Maybe this is how you and your person are. Like you get really deep and, you know, philosophical and you're diving into the depths of your subconscious and then you start playing around and you're just having fun, which is kind of cute. Get you someone who can do both, that's for sure. We have, you will benefit from a difficult experience. Interesting. And we have Kakuna, which is it's before the what's it called? Not Caterpie. Weedle. It's before Weedle becomes a Beedrill. So you're in the mid phase of something, not the beginning, not the end, but like the mid phase of something. Maybe your person is as well. Like maybe they're in their cocoon right now waiting to become a Beedrill so they can, you know, drill you or something. I am sorry. I can't. I'm sorry. I need to grow up, but the innuendo was there. I had to go for it. Okay, let's answer your yes/no question. Maybe you and this person have a similar sense of humor as well, like a dirty sense of humor. Pick the following card. Thanks. Realize it's already yours. It's already yours. Whatever you want, it's yours. Oh, there's another song. Is it also by Bruno Mars? It's like... Whatever I have, take it, or something like that. I don't know what song it is. I'm just like in my mind hearing a random Bruno Mars song. I don't know why he's coming through either. Maybe you and your person like this musician or something, or those songs could be important. But this is where I leave it, my beautiful pile 5. I'm sorry if this wasn't like the exact reading you were expecting, but maybe some of you really wanted to hear this message if that was important. If you feel like doing so, you can like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next reading. Take care.